My name is Khadijah Lashaun, and I am the Black guidance counselor that my community needs. I'm a strategic investor and CEO. I make money in my sleep, and I teach others how to do the same. I share my knowledge, talents, and resources with others. So if you're in need of that motivation or courage to start following your own path, look no further. My intention is to share as much value with you all as possible and to show you that there are many different paths to happiness and many different paths to wealth. You just have to find the one that's right for you. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna just come through with a quick video. This is again me speaking some things into existence. It's good for me because I'm gonna look back at these videos and rewatch them and be like, yeah, you know you're not supposed to be doing that, right? You know you're not supposed to be doing that, right? So just a little bit of a backstory about me, y'all, is I prior to the pandemic, back in 2019, at the beginning of 2019, I was about 300 pounds, okay? 300 pounds. I have now made it below 220 pounds. And I've been consistent with that. Like the past couple of months, I have been consistent, like keeping it right around that 220 line. But I had some pushback, like some going back before, going back on old habits, doing the same things that I used to. So I really want to speak into the existence this year that I'm going to be cutting back on these things. I'm not saying I'm going to stop completely, but I'm going to cut back on these things and be intentional about cutting back on these things because they are not conducive to the body that I would like, okay? The body that I would like to achieve is a slim, thick body with a flat tummy. That is my goal. I like being thick. I'm perfectly fine with my size. It's just I want this tummy to flatten down. So these are the things I'm going to cut back on to acquire that body that I seek, okay? So number one, I'm going to cut back on my sugar intake. And not all sugar, but specifically high fructose corn syrup. And the reason why I say that is because it's addicting. It's addicting to me. Those Arizonas, those Sprites, those sodas, those juices, very addicting to me. Very addicting. And I'm going to cut back on those high fructose corn syrup drinks. I'm doing my best to drink more water and really cut back on sugary drinks in general because I just know that they're the reason why I keep gaining weight and I keep going backsliding, if that makes sense. So I'm definitely going to cut down on the corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. Another thing I'm going to cut back on is carbs. So I'm going to cut back on eating carbs, meaning not going to do as much as I used to. I'm not going to be specific on it, but I feel like for anybody who's considering weight loss, the best tip I can give you is to just eat less. That's literally the best tip I could give you. Whatever you normally eat, whatever has gotten you to where you're at right now, if you're not happy with your weight or you're not happy with the size that you are, the best tip I could give you is to just eat less. Meaning, I'm not saying stop eating what you're eating, okay? Because that's kind of hard off the bat to just stop cold turkey. But what I can say is that make your portion smaller. You know, just start with lowering your portion. If your portion is like this big normally, try to come back a little bit on that. Come back a little bit. You know, slowly but surely, baby steps will get you there, y'all. So I definitely recommend that you start by like just cutting back little by little on how much you're eating. Because it's usually the portion that is causing the weight gain, okay? That's one thing. The last thing I'm gonna cut back on in 2022, and this is not to do with my weight loss journey, but this is to do with my entrepreneurship journey. Okay, this one is probably the most important thing. What I'm gonna cut back on doing is exchanging time for money. Okay, this is a personal goal of mine. As a strategic investor, you know, I want to make sure that I'm not exchanging my hours for dollars, but I'm investing my time to produce money in the future. You understand? So like building up my podcast, building up my YouTube channel, building up my Instagram, cutting back on exchanging time, because right now you watching this video is not making me money. It's not necessarily going to get me dollars right then and there, but what it will get is build my foundation so that, you know, when I do release my products, when I release those e-courses and I release the extra ones and all that stuff, that people support, you know, people will support. And it's not me exchanging time for money, because I'm not getting paid a certain dollar per hour, but I'm getting paid on how much work I put in. You understand? So that's the last thing. That's definitely something I'm going to cut back on, is exchanging time for money. I'm not going to say I'm going to stop completely. I do feel like Lyft is helpful and I want to keep doing it when I need to. But when I don't have to, I'm going to be focusing here and focusing on my brand and focusing on building up my podcast, my YouTube channel, and all that. So that's what's important to me. I'm speaking these things into existence to tell myself what I need to hear. Okay, I encourage you to do the same. And I also encourage you to tap into my resources, my free resources with the link in my bio. And engage with this post. Share it with a friend. Tag a friend below. Ask, comment some things that you're cutting back on in 2022. Engage with me, y'all. I appreciate it so much. All right. I appreciate you guys for watching to the end of this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Love y'all. Bye.